Well, Trailblazer's in the garage thawing. He's a frozen popsicle, but that's what we're going to be working on here today. Well, welcome back. We're back working on my 2003 Chevrolet Trailblazer. It's got some mileages on it and a leaf. Well, it's thawing. Winter's here. For those of you who don't know, I bought this thing for $300. Needed a transmission. Let's put a transmission in it. It's back in the playlist. Originally intended to buy this for my daughter. Plans changed. I'm using this for a storm chasing vehicle. And it's kind of my winter all-around beater. Just, yeah. So, those new to the channel, let's go around and show you what we did to it. So, I'd like to take a quick second, say thanks to all the new subscribers. Appreciate it. This bad unit right here, again, 2003 Chevrolet Trailblazer. Storm chasing vehicle. So I like storm chasing. Go check out my other channel if you want to check out that kind of stuff. So, let's get into what we have done to make it storm chasing available. So as we start from the front end, you can see I got the strobes. They're side markers. Got them front and rear for extra protection. I got LED lights. These are on low. You know, I need to see my light edges going on when I'm storm chasing. We got a light bar up top there that decides to click on with that. It lights up pretty well, pretty darn well. For the back, you can see warning lights kind of going a little crazy back here. Sorry for the fan and the wind noise, but yeah. It gives me a little added protection. Recently went through and changed out these side ones, and you can set the flash pattern and whatnot. But I like just to have a little bit more light off to the side here. Front ones kind of just do that flash pattern. I have a couple extra ones. I'm thinking maybe mirrors at some point, but yeah. Other thing that I've done is I have a cell phone booster set up in the back here. So that is up there. That does just run down through the inside, underneath here, just inside to my little pocket there, which gets powered from my inverter here. Flip the inverter on, and of course that will go light up because it's just plugged in. The antenna from that runs to the front, and we are able to get cell phone signal. As you can see, it's boosting it right now. As mentioned, power inverter. That is very helpful running laptops, running any other little odds and ends that you might need to run. It also has some USB plugs on the front of it there for additional USBs. This wire here is just to change the flash pattern. Other than that, I have, of course, I had to pull my antenna off, but I have a weather radio antenna stage through here that is just mounted right here in the dash. This up here is just controls my lights. Of course, I got fronts to be controlled here, and then the backs. I went through and they don't light up because I used grounding setup, so I didn't, grounding. Went through and installed some USBs down here instead of the normal cigarette lighter setup there. And I have a dash cam set up right here with power from right here. This can also be used for charging up cell phones, because in today's day and age, the cell phone usage with USBs is huge, so we got some USBs. Other than that, see, is your normal run-of-the-mill Trailblazer. Got 4 doors on it. Of course, it's dirty. I got to get my gym stuff out of there. Here's my antenna for that, but it's a normal Trailblazer. Mechanically, what we've done, of course, transmission, exhaust manifold, muffler front and back, spare tire carrier. We've done a fuel filler thing because the neck was bad. Oil change, did a mechanical clutch oil fan thing, some new transmission coolers. We also put in a AC condenser to make sure that we have air conditioning because you're out storm chasing, it gets hot. You want ACs. So we got ACs, got that all charged up. And yeah, new wipers, of course, because you need wipers. New windshield, crack that out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just pop the power barn. Of course, it's just your Vortec 4200 straight 6. Nothing too fancy schmancy. This is all my maintenance stuff. Oh, I did tensioner pulley too. But yeah, she's pretty well mechanically sound in my personal opinion. So what we need to do today. Well, I got a whole list of stuff that I need to do with this thing. Whole list. Oil change. Oil change. That's pretty common. Want to pull the rear brake discs, the dinner plates off. Send them in, get it turned. We did the fronts, and the front brakes are brand new. But the back, I just did pads. Quick rush in a hurry. I should have pulled them off then. But we were getting ready to head to Virginia, so I didn't. But now it's got a little bit of a wobble, so we're going to get those pulled off, send those to get turned. There's a place around here that still turns them. That's nice. Struts. I got struts to put on this thing in the front. Sway bar links, front and back. We're going to do those. And also I have the purge valves to get rid of that pesky check engine light on this thing. So we got a lot of work. Lots of work to do. Other little thing I want to kind of address is when I hit the blinker for the passenger side, it flashes quick, and usually that's a sign of a bulb that's out. I ain't got no bulbs that are out, so maybe it's a flasher, maybe it's something like that. So we're going to pull that apart, hopefully figure that out here while it's in the garage. A lot of mechanical stuff I won't get into until tomorrow, really, front end with the struts and whatnot. But that's because it's in here thawing and I don't want to get all soaking wet. I am going to jack the back up, and we are going to pull off those. Can I do it? There it is. I'm going to pull off those disc brakes. We're going to go get those sent in so they can get turned and they're done, ready to go. Check the pads out because we need new pads because we were worn a groove in them. We're going to have to put new pads on them, but I don't think we are. Then there was something else I just thought about that came to me that I need to address, but let me think about it. Yes, right in front of my face. Of course, Walmart had this sweet tripod mount. This would go onto something like this for recording YouTube videos. And when I needed one of these, I couldn't find one. So I made that to set my phone in. But now I'm going to take this and I'm going to mount this somewhere in the dash for my phone, because when I'm out storm chasing, that's all I use are cell phones, iPhones. I have one that's popped up, had it up here, and that's what I had my radar on that I could pay attention to. And of course, the phone that I'm on right now is my main phone to record storms and whatnot. And I you just, you know, out and about, I want to have this better camera, I guess. So that, and then we got to figure out that guy. The Rexling, the dash cam. It's not dash camming. I don't know why. So let's get you guys on a time lapse. I'll get this thing jacked up and oil change and get those freaking rear brakes off. Well, let's see if auto value can get my rotors turned. Okay, the other stuff I'm probably gonna do is I got these rear sway bar links. I'm gonna wait for this to dry out here, get after it here a little bit later. Gonna check and see price on some shocks. They're right in my face. Might as well. And check out some other stuff. Make sure that spare tire is still on there and not a little loose. So we'll have to tighten that up. Okay, time to move on to the oil change. Always fun jacking up a car on jack stands in the back and the front. Now, I did notice that there's kind of a clunk in the front. I don't know what it's from, so I'll get this up and look. Maybe the sway bar is loose or something. But I also do have wheel bearings to do on this. So maybe we'll start getting those addressed first. Feel like I'm having deja vu. Deja vu. Oh yeah, put a new caliper on the side. Huh. Funny how that works. Why is it making so much noise up here? Let's investigate what we can see. So I've gone ahead and lubed up upper ball joint, lower ball joint, sway bar end links. Actually, those rubbers over there, they look pretty new. So that's pretty good. I also did the upper strut mount holders. We're gonna have to get in there. I gotta look at them. Maybe it's gonna be that one too. But my vibration noise that I'm hearing is that, and this guy right here is just, well, it's blown apart. So, well, we got those to replace anyway, so that's good. But we're gonna go through, check out everything else that we're gonna need to do. I think we're gonna be able to get to the top part of the strut from over here. As you can see, I've got those done. This side's already done. And this side is, of course, the same. I didn't, yeah, it's that passenger side one that's loose, so kind of looks like our leak has come back a little bit, but not as bad as it was. That's good. All right. So there's our new strut. You can see it's got just a little poker end. And to put those in, we're going to have to put them in down, loosen that one up. So we got to put some lube on that. But honestly, it shouldn't be too terrible of a job to get those in there. Ball joints have seen better days. So I'm going to lube those up, lube up anything else, and do some cleanup here because the floor is still, you know, a little moist. Pearl's draining. That's nice. We zip tied up there because those wires are just dangly. But this bumper is just, I don't know why this cover is so loose. It's frustrating. It probably has clips that go in up here. And they're not in. That would be my guess. Because there's some clippage right here. Right there. But maybe we just gotta beep some self-tappers in it to hold it steadier. I don't know. It's got 20,000 miles like that, so maybe we just don't worry about it. Anywho, let's go get our rotors. That was quick. That was an hour. So 15 bucks a piece. Rotors are turned. And those will be good for a while. No more wobble. So we're going to finish up our oil change really quick, and then we are going to reinstall the rear. So today's flavor of oil, Mobile 1, high mileage. This is 520. It's usually what I run. Plus it was on sale. So in down we go. This is the stuff I usually run in here. Or if I want to keep something a long time. Otherwise I'll just buy the cheap Super Tech stuff. Which honestly isn't that bad. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these up with the cheap poker really quick. Because they're kind of gross, and plus that pad is, it's stuck in there. So we're going to want to address that. Make sure it slides really well. These ones are pretty good. Hit them really quick, but well, I got to find the other two. I don't know what I do with them. All right. Insides are all cleaned up. Time to reassemble. Well, there they are, all installed. Went ahead and lubed up back here on the little sway bar linkages that I missed. Did the front. I think that's going to be my pausing point for the night. It's getting late. Got all that done. But we'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. All right, welcome back. Next day, started on getting the shocks of the rear here off. Gotta go run to town, grab those here really quick. Came off relatively easy. I'm gonna work on these end links, make sure I got the right ones here. These are just quick, simple, hopefully. If not, zip, gonna get zipped off. And then I'm gonna move on to the front. So, y'all are gonna be on a live stream. Thanks for checking that out. Cool. Anyways, so where we were, we got this wheel bearing already off. It, of course, has the 18 mils in the backside where we're gonna pop those off. Axle nut, we got that taken off. Brakes all just hang out of the way, and we got our ABS line all taken care of. Started working on knocking out that upper ball joint because it's up there. Trying to figure that out. The old parts are over here. Of course, they're relatively inexpensive. The new one comes with an ABS sensor. That's good. And I think Rock Auto is where I got these, and they're just SPK and 9510-656. Yeah, that's the number. This is the kit that I got off eBay for, I don't know, 80 bucks. Sway bar links, ball joints, relatively cheap. And then of course that's to make our check engine light stop working. So yeah, where I'm at, here's the basic tools I've been using. Of course you got the Hobo Freight set up for the axle nuts. Basic hand tools. I did get the impact out just so I can speed off some of those longer bolts, but you know, try to knock them off. But anyway, I'm to the point now where working on knocking off this upper ball joint, not have this thing, you know, splash me in the face. So we'll get that one knocked off, get this lower one knocked off. It does have a castle nut and a cotter key in there, and I'm hoping that I don't have to knock that out, but if I do, you know, we'll just have to get after it. And then we'll get into the strut. It's got that one right there, and then it's got the two up top. Hopefully that is very simple. The beauty of these is they're already on there. The new ones come right here, and the springs are already on there, so I don't have to worry about stuff blowing in my face and whatever else. So nice. So yeah, gotta get back to it because it's a lot of work. All right, so this thing is fighting me. Ah. Lower struts off. I'm not going to pull that off all the way because I do believe it just opens up. As you can see, there's no retainer or anything on the bottom of it. And I jacked it up on the frame to try to get some stress off it. What I think I need to do next is pop this guy off. And hopefully the sway bar doing its thing. We'll let loose the lower control arm, and I can push down on the lower control arm enough to get this off. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to be loosening up this nut, and I'm going to hopefully be able to get it separated one way or another. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna eat my lunch now. Okay, I got the death wheel out. We sliced that guy off. Now the plan is gonna move the jack stand to the frame, then that lower control arm can swing, and then hopefully get that to pivot down. At least beat it down a little bit easier. Maybe if we got to pull the axle out, we can get a little bit more leverage and pop it out. I don't know. I don't want to get that far into it. But that's where we're at. All right. We're still streaming. Can you see the streams? Whoop. Anyways. So after we sushi sliced that thing out, turns out that that's not the key that I needed to get that off. So had to get in here and remove this nut, wherever the heck it went. Get my pickle fork in here and beat the crap out of this until it popped off. Now we're to the point we're going to loosen up those two uppers up there, and I think they're 15 millimeter. And then our strut will come off, and then we got to figure out a way to separate this, which should be a little bit easier on the, I don't know, maybe not. It's probably going to be harder, to be honest. But we're at least getting it out, so we'll do that, get it put back together, then get on our ball joints. And I'm kind of, I don't know, hopefully they press right out. Good thing I got a ball point joint press thing. Also, before this goes back in, I'm going to clean that up because I don't like that. That's gross. Let's get into it. So it's out. It's out. Made a mess. Basically, the bolt that was in here didn't want to come out. This isn't even it. Yeah, it was bent. So every time I tried to get it like this, spread it open, it wouldn't go, it couldn't come out. And the way that the strut is held into there is it's got that little keeper etched inside of it right here, and it keeps that nut, or that nut keeps it from jostling out. So you can see I made very many slices on it, thinking it was something else. Trying to cut that bolt down smaller and smaller and smaller and tap it in each way. And finally got it. So time to reinstall that one. And I think I'm gonna have to find a bolt to put back in here because I hacked it up. So now the biggest thing is gonna say which way it needs to go. Yeah, can you see it? Oh, in that versus this versus that. Okay, there's the old purge valve for the solenoid. Here's a new one. Got the bracket off. This thing is fun if you ever got to replace them. Basically, it's back there on that little thing right there. 10 millimeter. Pop that off. And then it's got electrical connection. Where is it at? It's got this electrical connection. That's got this that goes to the canister, and this that goes up to the Schrader valve. And if you got a P442 code, that's what your check engine light's on for. And it's pretty simple to pop those off. Got to fidget, squeeze this side with the electrical connection side. You got to squeeze it, pull it off. This side, there's a little tab that you got to kind of pry up and then click on there. So let me get this reinstalled and hopefully no more check engine light. Well, there it is. Back on all fours after doing front struts, sway bar links, brakes, wheel bearings, rear shocks. Yeah, rear shocks, oil change, a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, before we go, yeah, one more thing that we changed out. We changed out that vapor canister that was in there. So now we got to go through and reset our check engine light. I got to button up a couple things, and then we'll be back with turning off that check engine light. Hopefully it stays off. So kind of nice. I quick reset that check engine light. Pump the brakes to get the brakes pumped back up to where they need to. And hopefully we go with no issues. Well, we got no bumps, no rattles like we had. Everything seems pretty normal. Brakes are working. That's a plus. So see, we get her up to track speed and see what it does. Well, our grinding from our wheel bearing is gone. It's actually riding pretty well. Steering wheel is straight. No lights, no ABS lights. It means our wheel bearing sensors are working fine. Cool. It's actually a pretty comfortable ride compared to what it was. That's nice. Got a slight vibration in my foot pedal. Could just be an unbalanced tire at this point. So we'll see. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Stay tuned. We got lots more coming up with the Trailblazer. Gotta get the storm chasing stuff taken care of inside, taken care of, and everything else. So thanks everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, share this video. Thanks to all the new subscribers. We'll see you in the next one.